Today on the leather, we have Ultimate Survival Technologies Heritage Campfire Kit. It comes in this burlap bag, and inside we have the Live and Learn fire building cards. This is more geared towards novices, but it's the actual dead basics of things, and everybody needs to go through and reiterate the basics every now and again. We have a tin with 12 light meat tenders, which are, I popped one out a little earlier. They're a fibrous little bundle that has some sort of flammable, like a waxy type substance. It doesn't really leave anything on you. We'll see how those work in a little bit. There are, in a plastic bag, there are 9 of what they call a kindling log, which looks to be pine resin wrapped in shredded pine. And they're fire steel, which they're calling a Sparklight fire starter, or fire starter, I believe. Smallish fire starter. And again, the burlap bag. I was looking on their site. I didn't see where you could get any more of these, the kindling logs, or these. But the kit itself runs about $13.50 and up, depending on where you get it from. This is off of Amazon. I've seen it through a quick web search. It went as high as $26. It's really kind of cool. The cool thing about it though is if you're out, you can always use the inner fibers like this, tease them out, work them up into your tinder. Burlap will catch a spark fairly decent once it's broken down. So this is also a fire starter. Now, we've had a great deal of rain here, so I'm going to be lighting up one of these with the fire steel to see how it goes. And this tab itself, everything's really muddy, so we're going to be bogging out into the mud pit. I'm going to set this up on a can just because everything is so muddy that you can see it burn. Now we'll get off to see where we go. Yeah, we're out here on a nice brisk morning in the great forest of Kansas, and I got hold of a while back I got hold of a Ultimate Survival Technology Heritage Campfire Kit, and it consists of a ferro rod, some of these little pine log kindling logs, I think they call them, the Ultimate Survival Technology, well, basically tinder tabs. That's their version. And I want to see if this log will start up with a ferrocium rod. Well, let's try him. There it did. It lit up, finally. Took it a little bit. Sometimes persistence pays. And we'll shovel that to the side and see how long it burns. Ought to have a pretty good burn on it. Then these little tabs, as I stated earlier, they've got something on them. They're in a plastic bag in a tin. Nice little tin. These are getting harder to find. I don't think Amazon carries them anymore, so there's a couple companies. I'll put a link to a couple of them in the below if you're interested. But it's kind of an interesting little kit. The bag could be used for tinder. Again, as I stated, you could tease out threads on the inside where they sew it in and work up cordage like I was doing with jute. Works the same way if you have to. What I'm doing here is I'm just using a stick to fluff it up. If you take these things, any tinder tab like this, anything along this line, and push a stick into the bottom of it and light it up, you can use it like a match to get your fire going. Blow it out and put it back, make sure it's out and put it back in. Your resources, if you're in a bad situation, your bought and resources are limited. So you don't, if possible, you use one of these to start multiple fires instead of just one. We have a throwaway throwaway mentality a lot of the time that won't serve you. Get that tinder tab opened up where it's all nice and fluffy. Well, it's not a tinder tab, but they're little fiber fire starter. Kick a spark in it, and there it goes. Light your fire, and you can put it out and keep it kind of handy for the next pass. And if you have something that's a really aggressive day where things aren't going well, and you use one of the tinder logs, that thing's been burning for quite a while. And that's what they look like. I've seen where they don't have these, I don't think, on their site anymore. I don't know whether it was a offshoot for different companies or what, but I've seen this sort of thing like at the Dollar General store in their cooking section or their barbecue section. They'll have those in there, and they work pretty decent. So that's the one way to fill them if you can't find them. But that is burning quite a while. That should get most anything going that you need lit. This is Odin's Wolf Survival in the great forests of Kansas. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and have a glorious day.